Hello, my name is Jamie and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Unlike other YouTube channels, this is a channel that only showcases shadow Pokemon. So if you're into that type of content, I'd appreciate it if you could like, comment and subscribe. So let's get into today's video. I know it's been a while. I haven't done a proper upload in around a week. I obviously was enjoying Christmas and I spent a lot of time with my family. I didn't actually play much Pokemongo either. I had about 4 or 5 days off, just to refresh. I'd just like to first of all say a massive thank you to people like King, Pogo King and Boyghost who did share my Twitter post. We've actually gained a ton of new subscribers and we're very close to 1,000. So if you are new here, please consider subscribing. But let's get into today's video. This is a set of battles that a good friend of mine, Ganeto, YouTube, as the name suggests, he has got his own YouTube channel. Link will be in the description. I highly recommend that you go check him out as he is a fantastic content creator, but he is bringing a Shadow Dusclops. This is a Pokemon I've wanted to build for a while, but it's super expensive. It does need to be XL to maximize its stat product. So let's see if Ganeto can convince me it's worth the investment. In the back, we have got 2 very fast move orientated Pokemon with a Razor Leaf Shadow Victory Bell and a Rock Throw Aerodactyl. So I have no doubt these battles will fly by. So getting into game 1, we pick up a fairly neutral lead against Golbat. Both fast moves are hitting for neutral. The Golbat could one-shot us with a Shadow Ball, however the Poison Fang is resisted. We can hit for super effective with Ice Punch, however it doesn't get stabbed and it isn't really the best move. So this Golbat is building up towards the Shadow Ball. Are they going to bait? Are they going to nuke? Let's see what Ganeto chooses to do. The timer ticks down 2-1, last second shield, and that is a fantastic shield. We correctly shield the Shadow Ball, and now we are going for a bait. We're throwing this Shadow Punch. Shadow Punch isn't the best move, however, it is really spammy at 35 energy. We draw the shield. Let's see if the opponent has any idea on Dusclops' fast move counts. They do not. They overfarm. Well, they're not overfarming. They just haven't thrown another move. And we get to another Ice Punch. The opponent has no shields. Ice Punch does take him out. So even though it gets no stab and it isn't the best move, it does take out the Golbat from that health. And they come in with the Unova Stunfisk. Not only is this Ice Punch going to hit for super effective due to Stunfisk's ground typing, they're going to be very, very sad when they see we've got a Razor Leafer in the back. The opponent is over farming, but they've got no chance of farming us down, as even as a Shadow, Dusclops is really bulky. So they throw a Discharge. I think a Mud Bomb probably would have carried from that range. We bring in the Razor Leafer. You can see just 2 Razor Leafs have done huge damage. Mud Bomb will hit for neutral due to our poison typing, but it will not one-shot. You can see we've still got around half HP. They now switch out into a Magneton. It looks like we're just going to sack the Aerodactyl, but these Rock Throws, even resisted, are doing big damage. I imagine Ganeto's just going to let this go and we're going to pretty much Razor Leaf everything down. Discharge does take us out. The Thunder Shocks are going to be doing absolutely nothing, and Razor Leaf, even though resisted by the Steel typing, is going to be enough to take game 1. So off to a 1-0 start. So an impressive showing from Dusclops in that opening matchup. Not only did we get both shields, we won switch and we took out half the HP of the next Pokemon. Let's see what happens in game 2. So here is a Ghost Mirror match. Let's see if they're on Hex or Powder Snow. So they're on Powder Snow. It is 6 for the Avalanche and 7 for the Shadow Ball. We go straight for a Shadow Punch. This will be hitting for super effective. I've got no idea how much this will do. It does around half health. The opponent is now throwing. I imagine we can shield this up and we will outpace them because Shadow Punch is only 35 energy, whereas Avalanche is 45. They actually throw a Shadow Ball and now we look to snipe with the Aerodactyl. We get some visual lag or glitch. I've got no idea what's happening here, but they now switch out into a Kofagrigus. There we go. We're now back to normal gameplay. Sorry about that. And we are now throwing a Ancient Power, fishing for the boost. The opponent does shield it up, no boost, but once again these Rock Throws are really chunking. The opponent doesn't commit to their farm down and they now throw their energy. This is great as Kofagrigus only has expensive moves. They throw the Dark Pulse, so that's 45 energy wasted. And now once again we can bring back in the Dusclops, which will be hitting for super effective with these hexes. Like we said, Shadow Punch is so spammy. Dusclops gets to yet another Shadow Punch. This will be really pressuring the shields of the opponent. The opponent does shield it up, so they're now down to no shields. We get a Hex through. Are we going to shield this up and look to take him out? Let's see what Ganeto does. We do shield once again at the last minute. We shield the Dark Pulse. And now we're only one Hex away from the next move. They're actually running triple Ghost. So a really spicy team from the opponent. So pretty much the Victory Bell has no play against this flying type in the back. So it's going to be all down to Dusclops. We bring in the Victory Bell, just a sacrificial swap. Razor Leaf, even though it is resisted by the flying type, is starting to chunk. So the Drifblim does go for the Icy Wind. The opponent doesn't undercharge. Well, they might have undercharged, but we still get one Razor Leaf. And it looks like we are going to be able to get to yet another Shadow Punch. Dusclops is going on an absolute tear up here. This Shadow Punch will obviously finish off this very low HP Drifblim. Can we take out the Kofagrigas in the back? Let's see. We actually outpace him. So Dusclops is an absolute monster. It's took out all three Pokemon. Victory Bell did pretty much nothing, but Dusclops carried the team to victory. So GG's to the opponent. So to answer my earlier question, is Dusclops any good compared to the other ghosts? Well, we saw 3 ghosts in that battle and Dusclops beat all 3 of them. So yes, it looks pretty good so far. Let's see how we do in game number 3. We pick up a lead against Ninetales. Let's see if it's on Charm or Powder Snow. It's actually a Powder Snow variant. So this is a bit better for us. So obviously Charm does really chunk. We get some nice visual lag. This is why I took a long break. You absolutely love to see it. So I'm unsure on the energy, but I don't believe that was 9 Powder Snows. So it's probably just a Weather Ball, which it is. Dusclops tanks that with no problem. We're at back-to-back Shadow Punches. The opponent will have to be wary of Fire Punch. We're not running it, but Dusclops does have access to it. They don't shield. However, we're already at the next one. We actually overfarm, and Ganeto is believing that we will survive. So we should survive this at very, very minimal HP. You can see we actually bank that move and we look to try and once again snipe with the rock throws, which we do. Looks like the snipe tactic is really great. The opponents are really slow on the swaps, and once again we see a Magneton. So these battles are really spicy. In 3 battles we're seeing 2 Magnetons. That's something I haven't really seen whatsoever in Holiday Cup. But the opponent actually shields the Ancient Power, fearing the Earth Power. Once again a move we aren't running, but we do have access to. Again, the opponent doesn't commit to the farm down, so they throw a Discharge, which will take us out. But we are now going to take shield advantage. So we've got a 2 shield Victory Bell and a Dusclops with some loaded energy. Let's see what Ganeto does. We come straight in with the Dusclops. We overfarm by 1 Hex and we throw this Shadow Punch. I imagine this will KO as Magneton is made of absolute glass. They actually shield it up, which is a mistake as we're at the back-to-back. So you can see here the Hex Shadow Punch combination is so spammy. We get into charge moves at an absolute rate of knots. We actually once again look to snipe, so Ganeto with some really high IQ plays here. We snipe the Magneton, and in the back they've got a counter user. Counter is resisted due to our poison typing, so this should be a good game. I think the only win con for the opponent would be a boost, which they actually get. But even a boost probably isn't going to save them. Leaf Tornado isn't the best move, but it probably will put them super low, and we still do resist counters. They do survive. One more counter, we take them out. We've still got a shield, and the opponent leaves the match. So off to a 3-0 start. Once again, Dusclops MVP. Moving on into game number 4. We'll lead our Dusclops into Marowak. So once again, Battle of the Ghosts. We've pretty much seen all the ghost types available in the meta. And it is actually not just Battle of the Ghosts, it's Battle of the Hex users. This Alola Marowak is on Hex, not Fire Spin, so it's a better matchup for the opponent. We fire this Shadow Punch. It doesn't do too much damage. It gets them to around half health. Let's see what the opponent throws in return. We're shielding it up. They throw the Shadow Bone. The opponent is now once again staying in with the Hex. They really need to get out. Once again, we managed to snipe. So if you are the opponents, you really need to be quicker on the swaps. They now switch out into a Bomber Snow. The Ice type quick move of Powder Snow is hitting for super effective. Our Rock Throws are also hitting for super effective. The Shadow of Bomber Snow shields it up. They are going to have to throw. They've got so low. Looked like they were attempting to farm down, but they got scared at the last minute. We can now allow this a Bomber Snow to take us out, and Let's see what Ganeto does from here. We're in a bit of a tricky spot as this Abomasnow does have some loaded energy. They instantly swap out into an Obstagoon. So I imagine as soon as our switch timer does pop up, we're going to be bringing in the Shadow Victory Bell. The good thing about Dusclops is due to our Ghost type, and we are resisting counter, and we can hit for at least some neutral damage with the Ice Punch. The opponent is over farming. Let's see how much a Night Slash does to the bulky Dusclops. Will it take us out from this range? No, it does not. We now switch out into the Victory Bell, and now it is Razor Leaf time. Once again, Victory Bell doesn't have to shield this up as we will survive the Night Slash, and obviously Cross Chop is resisted. Night Slash does around half our HP. The counters are resisted. Looks like we are committing to the Razor Leaf down. We Razor Leaf them down before they get to another move. It's just that the Abomasnow in the back, they obviously didn't even bother tapping as that was a good game. So off to a 4-0 start. So I think some of the things we've learned in this battle is Dusclops is a good Ghost type, and you need to be quick on your swaps in this meta as there's so many fast move pressure mon, and you can see here Ganeto is sniping absolutely everyone. So once again in the last battle of the video, we pick up a lead against the Powder Snow Froslass. We've seen this matchup play out once before, so we are going to outpace them to the charge moves. Our charge moves are cheaper. They shield up and they switch out into a Graveler. Graveler really is not going to appreciate these Razor Leafs. My god, they're deep in the red, so we can now shield this up. They're only going to get to one move, so they do go for the big Stone Edge. We shield that up, and you can see these Volts which are doing absolutely nothing. We've got a really healthy Victory Bell. The Froslass will need to throw. They're over farming. We're going to throw this Leaf Tornado. Let's see if the opponent shields. Leaf Tornado isn't a move that many people run. They don't shield it up. We actually get the attack drop, which is great for us. The opponent does now throw as they are really low. Avalanche will take us out. And let's see if we snipe once again. We don't actually snipe. We actually choose to come in with Dusclops and farm down. And in the back is a Vigoroth. Vigoroth has zero play against Dusclops as counter and body slam are both double resisted. They have to get all the way to a Bulldoze. And not only that, we've got an Aerodactyl in the back who's going to offer a lot of fast move pressure, but we are staying in. These Ice Punches are really starting to chunk. The Vigoroth obviously has to go for the Bulldoze. They are building up towards it. Let's see if the opponent baits or not. They actually still haven't thrown. Dusclops is so spammy. We get to another Ice Punch. They are going to have to start shielding up at some stage. We do draw the opponent's last shield, and now we look to bring in the Aerodactyl. Aerodactyl is going to resist all of Vigoroth's moves because Bulldoze is single resisted as Flying double resist ground and Rock resist body slam. So that is a good game and we go a perfect 5-0. So a really great showcase from Ganeto, not only of Dusclops but of the power of fast move pressure. You can see there when opponents are slow to swap, we just literally manage to snipe absolutely everyone. So if you're watching this, today's top tip is get quicker on your swaps. I'd just like to say a huge thank you to Ganeto for submitting these battles. Although I would like to say not thank you to Ganeto because now I am going to have to invest my resources into a Shadow Dusclops and I'm always broke on dust. But thanks for the battle submissions and thanks for tuning in and I'll see you all in the next one.